Good morning, students. I am Dr. Sharmila and I am an assistant professor in Motiwala Homeopathic Medical College. Today we are going to deal with repertorization, various method of repertorization. So we'll go one by one. So first I explain you about the objective of studying the method of repertorization. The first main objective is to gain the knowledge of various methods of repertorization. Second is to apply the various method in your clinical practice. And third is repertory is like a tool and much success depend upon the skill of the physician. So one should be acquainted with that repertory also, and hence the method helps to repertorize the case and to come to a simillimum. What do you mean by repertorization? It is nothing but a logical or prescribed practice of making use of suitable repertories in a given case to find out the simillimum. Next is the use of repertory. The use of repertory is effective only when the person or the physician is acquainted with that repertory. So these are some images of the basic repertory. We'll start with Bonning-Hassan Therapeutic Pocket Book. That is nothing but he is called as the father of repertory. Next is the Kent repertory, that is the repertory of the Homeopathic Metra Medica. And lastly is Bonning-Hassan's characteristic repertory. Now why we are studying the basic repertory? See, a repertory is formed only when there is a base of it. Now every repertory has its own philosophy, and this philosophy and construction depends upon the method. So if you want to solve a case, first which type of case it is, then you repertorize the case using that philosophy and you come to a conclusion to find out the proper remedy. Now methods. These methods are evolved as per the philosophy it is used. The second, every case has its own dimension. So the case only decide which repertory has to be used. And third is every repertory has its own method. Next, there are four basic methods. The first one is Bonning-Hassan method, second is Kent method, third is Boger's method, and fourth is clinical method. We'll go one by one each method. First is Bonning-Hassan method. He is called as the father of repertory. Second, later you can see in the image that is, it is edited by T.F. Allen, and the repertory has been elaborated by H.A. Robert. Now what is there in Bonning-Hassan repertory? As we have already studied Bonning-Hassan Therapeutic Pocket Book, we see that Bonning-Hassan is based on complete symptom followed by doctrine of grand generalization. Now what do you mean by doctrine of grand generalization? These are some of the examples of complete symptom, like in a given case, if there is a body pain including headaches, joint pain or stomach ache, or there is weakness or numbness, these are all the examples of symptoms, physical symptoms, and we are doing a grand generalization. What do you mean by a grand generalization? You can see an image where you can see a bell is ringing in his arm, in his head, in his stomach, in his leg. So this means Bonning-Hassan says that what is true to the part is true to the whole. If a patient is suffering from, I give an example of burning sensation. If a person is having sensation in his stomach complaint, then burning is present in his eye complaint, burning is present in his skin complaint. So we see a generalized symptom, that is burning is running throughout his body. So Bonning-Hassan concluded that if in a given case, if some place the symptom is missing, like if in that example, if his headache is not mentioned, his sensation is not mentioned, or in his skin complaint sensation is not mentioned, but in rest of the tissue or rest of the organ part burning is mentioned, so you will consider that burning in all the body, and that is the whole generalization he has done. Next, Bonihassan has also given importance to concomitants. Some of the examples that I mentioned is mind, anger, diarrhea during. So you see, a mind is a mental general symptom along with physical symptoms like diarrhea is there. So a patient complains with a anger during diarrhea. So this is nothing but your concomitant symptom. Next is quarrelsome delivery during. So what do you mean by quarrelsome? Is nothing but an anger or the person is quarreling during at the time of delivery. So again, this quarrelsome is mental symptom and delivery is your particular symptom. So these are the concomitant symptom, and the remedy, that is chamomilla, is marked in it. Now, Bonihassan can also be used when there is lack of general symptom. That is, even in a given case, if you are not getting mental symptom, or in a given case you are not getting physical general symptom. At that time, you are using only particular symptoms and you are repertorizing the case. Now, I have already told that it is again elaborated by H.A. Robert. So, H.A. Robert has given the method of repertorization by using Bonihassan. First is arrangement as location, sensation, then comes the condition of aggravation and amelioration, and concomitant. So you can follow this step by step. If you are not getting any sensation, you will go directly to aggravation and amelioration if it is present in your case. Modern methods, these are nowadays method which can be used. That first is your causative modality. If in a given case causation is there, you can give importance to that. Then aggravations, ameliorations, then physical general, concomitant, and mental for reference and differentiation. Bonihassan says that according to his visualization, that mental symptoms are nothing but it can be helped for differentiating the remedy. So once you come to a conclusion of 10 group of remedies, you differentiate it by using that mental symptom. That mental symptom should be again characteristic, peculiar symptom. Now Kent's method of repertorization. Bonihassan is over, now Kent's method. Everyone has known, as we repertorize and we use in our daily clinical practices, that is Kent method. So Kent method, again you can see cases with more general symptom. General symptom that includes both mental symptom and physical symptom. And second is your characteristic particular. He doesn't mention only a particular symptom, he mentions that is characteristic peculiar particular symptom. So for example, I have given an example of aconite. Here you can see a sudden rise of temperature is there, restlessness is there, dry icy breeze, after exposure to dry icy breeze and with intense mental restlessness and burning unquenchable thirst is an example of aconite. Now Kent's method. So Kent's method, Dr. Kent has given more importance to mental symptom followed by physical and then particular. The first one is mental symptom. The mental symptom he has again categorized under first one, that is your emotion or the will. We'll discuss this heading under Kent's repertory. Second is intellectual or understanding. Third is your memory. Fourth is elements from. Fifth is your aggravation and amelioration. And sixth is any qualified symptom if it is present in your case. Now physical general symptom. Physical general symptoms are nothing but your elements from your aggravations, your ameliorations, your symptoms which are related to your food desires, aversions, your sleep, your related to sex, then weather, and even your position, change of position, all comes under physical general symptom. Now particulars are nothing but your peculiar characteristic particulars that are related to a particular organ or particular part. So Kent is over. Kent has given, so I'll just summarize, that is Kent has given more importance to mental, then physical, lastly particular. Now we'll go to Boger method. You see, Boger is one of the follower of Bonning-Hassan, and he has given more important to Bonning-Hassan's philosophy. So based on that, he has given the method, that is the cases. He has told that you only consider that case where there is more of causative modalities or more of aggravations, ameliorations, or pathological general symptoms and particular with concomitants. These are the 4 symptoms. Examples are given like asthma, breathing, ameliorated after stool. These here you can see a complete symptom is there. Dropsical or any dropsical condition or any discharges is there, hemorrhagic tendency, all comes under particular symptoms. Now methods which he follows are, first one, there are various methods depending upon the case. The first method is by using the causative modality. If in a given case you see causation is given more importance, then you will place that symptom at the topmost priority, followed by general modalities, followed by physical general, then concomitant, and lastly location and sensation. So you see even location and sensation is given lastly importance, because here you give more importance to causation, causative modality. Now this is one of the examples which I have mentioned is, first you can see anger, vexation or grief. These are nothing but a mental causative modality. Then cold, wet, feet aggravation. If in a given case there is a cold, wet, feet aggravation, these are nothing but a physical causative modality. Milk aggravation. Your stomach complaint is aggravated after drinking milk. That is nothing but your physical general modalities. Then desire for sweet is nothing but your physical general. Your stiffness, this is nothing but your particular symptoms that are usually present in sensation and complaint chapter. Now this is the last one, that is the clinical method. You see in a given cases sometimes we see there is no symptoms or only a clinical condition. For example, a patient came with you saying that my only sugar, that is BSL level, is increased more than 300 and other complaints are not present. He is not getting any complaint, sweating or any complaint related to sugar or diabetic mellitus. So what you will do in such case? So in such cases you will consider only those symptoms, that is diabetic mellitus, and you by using various modern repertories like Murphy is there, complete repertory is there, and by using that repertory you can repertorize the case and give a simillimum. So in clinical methods, what are the cases? So in clinical method, you see cases with more common symptom of the disease. You see, like if I take example of pneumonia, a patient complaining of sputum, and the sputum tastes like a rusty sputum. So this is nothing but your diagnostic symptom of pneumonia. It is not individualizing that patient. So rusty sputum, it is common to that disease condition. Second is cases with name of the disease or clinical rubric. So in such cases like a patient suffering from bronchitis or renal kidney stone or ascites is there or anemia is there. A patient comes with you and he says that my HB is less, and other than that no problem is there. So you can take a repertory like Murphy repertory, you go to anemia rubric and you will get a group of remedies. So that in that way also we can repertorize the case. Now this is B.K. Sarkar in his lecture in homeopathy has mentioned again 5 methods. The first one is Hahnemann's and Bonning-Hassan method. Second is Kentian method. Third method name is not given, but you should remember as a third method, fourth method and fifth method. We will go one by one. Now you see Hahnemann method and Bonning-Hassan, he both having the same concept regarding the complete symptom. If in a given case you are getting a complete set of symptoms, you repertorize the case using Bonning-Hassan's repertory. Second is your Kentian method. If in a given case your marked mental symptoms or physical general symptoms are mentioned and characteristic particulars are there, then you repertorize using Kent repertory. Third is nothing but your mentals are lacking. In such will do. If in a given cases mental symptoms are nil, but you are getting a good number of physical symptoms, like you are getting a desires, you are getting an aversion, and then you are getting any particular symptom. So what you will do? You will repertorize the case, and you will consider physical symptom as the topmost important, followed by particulars. Now fourth method, where generals are lacking and striking peculiar symptoms are to be considered. Generals means both, even your mental symptoms are lacking, even your physical symptoms are lacking. In such condition, what you will do? You will try to search for an striking peculiar characteristic symptom if present in a case. Fifth method, these are nothing but a common symptom of the pathology, or you can say a clinical condition is mentioned. In such cases, what you will do? So it's very difficult to treat a patient with only common symptoms are present. So you will take not only the common symptom of the disease or the pathology, but you will consider the following points, like first, the personal or the family history. If you are seeing a family history of diabetic mellitus, you have to consider in your case. Then mention the temperaments. If you are getting a temperament of that patient, like sanguine temperament or bilious temperament, you will consider that point in your repertorization. So in temperament, you see Murphy has given various temperament. Nair repertory is there where temperaments are given importance. Next, complexion, color or texture of the skin. How the person is, how the complexion is, how the person looks like, where he is whitish or he is blackish, how the texture of the skin is, whether it is dry, it shows his constitution. Next is particular organ and tissue affected. Now particular organ, if a person having some tendency, like if he is having an uric acid diathesis or the person having hemorrhagic tendency, then you will consider that point and you will repertorize the case and you will search for that remedy only which is having more affinity for hemorrhagic tendency or more affinity for uric acid diathesis. Then comes your location, character and physical aspect of the lesion. And lastly, the probable etiological factor. What do you mean by etiological factor? Is nothing but your predisposing and precipitating factor. See, we have various repertories where rubrics such as abuse after vaccination is there, abuse after alcoholism is there. Nowadays, you can see chemotherapy is one of the rubric which you can find in modern repertories. And you see, a patient comes with you and he says that after chemotherapy I am getting such a group of symptoms. So you will consider that rubric as the most important symptom because this is one of the etiological factor, and other than that you can consider rest of the symptom also. Now I'll just do the summary of it. So first one, the patient, we have discussed what do you mean by methods of repertorization. We have discussed first the father of repertory, that is the Bonning-Hussins repertory method of repertorization. That is nothing but the complete symptom. It is also called as grand generalization or a doctrine of analogy. Then we have discussed about the Kent method, where Kent has given more importance to generals and then particulars, that is mental general, physical general followed by particulars. And lastly is your Boger's method. Boger method has given more importance to causative modality and complete symptom. As he is one of the follower of Bonning-Hussin, he has considered Bonning-Hussin's method, that is complete symptom, and he has given more importance to causative modalities. This is the bibliography of the method of repertorization. Method of repertorization comes for 5 marks also and for 10 marks also. These are some of the books through which this presentation has been made. You can refer this book and you can prepare for the same. And if you have any query, you can ask me, and from this I concluded my session. Thank you.